Like, it was very much just everything you do
he
sucks.
did. He
he
was
kinda did
very
put over his
No, he's
wrestling.
like, he put him over as a wrestler and as a champion because he's like, but to do that, you have to like totally not be home and see your family.
Doesn't Joe have a family?
Let's see, he's a heel though.
Yeah, it's like, take a look in the mirror, son.
But it was a really good promo.
Yeah, it was. It was
I liked
fantastic.
it. Just focused on his face. There was no interruption.
Yeah,
he just
no
said
bullshit.
his
He
piece
just
and
said
left.
it and walked away. I was like, oh, that's
stuff.
good. I always wonder when they do these kinds of things, like, why are you in your fucking gear? I'm like,
You got to be prepared.
for what? Who's gonna attack Joe?
You don't know, man.
I don't.
AJ can come out of anywhere.
That's true. He's wiry.
He's wiry. He can come out of anywhere.
Yeah, that boy's wiry.
You catch an elbow real quick.
You could. It's true.
Rule number 1 for wrestling: always be in your gear. Always be. Like, even when they're in their street clothes, I guarantee you that gear is somewhere underneath all that.
That's true.
You gotta be ready to go at all times.
It's like Superman.
At all times.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy, also in his gear, comes out to talk.
Yeah.
But I'm convinced that that's how Jeff Hardy dresses.
Jeff Hardy's outfit.
Face paint and all.
Yeah,
He's just
like
walking down the street in Carolina.
That's
with
just
the
Jeff
face
Hardy.
paint on.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
Because he's a character.
Yeah.
As they would say in the South. He is quite the character.
He's a character. Something that boy ain't right.
Well, you know, the U.S. title is my fifth eye, or whatever the fuck he was
like,
banging on about.
Like, all right, man.
It's like, so you skipped the third and the fourth eye, and you went straight to the fifth.
Well, I'm sure he's got the third and fourth eye. When he closes his eyes, that's the third and fourth.
I thought the third was in the middle.
Not when you're Jeff Hardy.
That's true.
Third and fourth are the two that he paints on his eyelids. That's third and fourth. His fifth is the belt that he no longer has.
His life force.
How did I just make that make sense? Because I just thought of that now. And
You've
honestly,
been a fan of Jeffrey Nero Hardy for quite some time.
I really have. And
so you speak Jeff Hardy.
I kind of do. I kind of get it now.
You're fluent.
I'm fluent in Hardy.
So yeah, he calls out Randy. Yeah. Randy comes out.
What did you think was going to happen?
And then Shin came out, and then they both beat him down.
Sort of. I mean, I kind of liked the way they did it because it was sort of implying that, like, Nakamura and Orton aren't in cahoots. Because, like...
They just both like to beat up Jeff Hardy. Yeah, they just,
want to beat up Jeff Hardy. So it's like, you know, because basically...
so
Nakamura,
we're not friends, but...
Yeah, but we hate that guy. So Nakamura went for the Kinshasa, and Randy stood in his way of, like, no. Kind of like, that's my thing. I'm kicking his ass. And then Nakamura's like, pulling back a little bit, just being his weird self, and then Randy's like, you know what? Do it.
Have at it there, Shin.
Yeah, so Nakamura fucking Kinshasas, fucks off, and then Orton decides to beat 7 shades of shit into Jeff Hardy, and goes back to the... Like, this was... I like... As much as I hate Orton, he does know how to do this well. He knows how to fuck with the crowd. Because he's like... He just starts calling for the crowd to be like, yeah, let's do this, and fucking does the little spinny thing he does to fucking call for the RKO, and then when Jeff finally gets up, he just fucking throws him down on the ground, looks at the crowd and goes, what the fuck? Like, basically going, are you fucking stupid?
I'm gonna dance for you people.
Yeah, and then proceeds to do his boring stomp, which I'm like...
The carving stomp!
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? He knows. As much as I can't stand him, he's got that down.
Yeah, because he's just like, I'm a heel. Yeah. It's like a nice... It's like that old
like putting that old coat on. Yeah.
It's like, this feels good to just get the crowd to hate me.
Yeah.
Then he threw him on the table, got some water, wiped his face paint off, and, you know...
You're just a guy. And like, was anyone debating that?
It's like, I was, kind of. I mean, even without the face paint, I'm still...
I'm like,
Jeff Hardy is a celestial being. I'm pretty much convinced of that.
Like, that's the thing. That's why he's not, joining Matt in the Broken Universe. He's already there.
He came out broken.
Yeah, he was broken to begin with. Like, he don't need to be like, oh, I'm an age-old entity. It's like, no, he's just he's a space cadet.
You don't think up Will-O-the-Wisp when you're normal.
Yeah, normal people don't come up with that shit.
So I'm still convinced that somewhere between now and SummerSlam, because the match was made, Shinsuke versus Jeff for the U.S. title, that Randy doesn't find himself into that match.
Oh, he will. One way or another, he's going to be there to attack.
Becky, kind of hesitant about the whole situation, going like, I've never bet against my friend, but it does kind of suck that if she wins, it'll be, mathematically I'll have a less chance now.
Yeah.
But I'll never bet against my friend, which smells that one of them is going to turn heel.
Oh, clearly. I'm guessing Becky, because that would be more interesting.
Would be
it's more interesting, because we haven't seen it yet.
Not on the main roster, I don't think.
No.
She was only healing in NXT.
She's a brief, and only briefly, too.
Well, I think she got called up.
She did. She never really got to be heelish, and I think this would be a good way to do it.
Selena Vega beat Lana whatever.
The most interesting thing was the Lana Rooney, which wasn't even all that interesting.
In English was the reasoning for that, and then then he's trying to apologize again because he's just a fuck up.
Yep.
And then Rusev's just like, Aiden! And then he's like, you better go, because he's angry.
He's going to eat you.
And then
on Rusev.
And then he rocks up, and it's like, where is English? And then she's like, well, he's gone. And and then she kind of gives him some business to,
like, hey, why weren't you fucking
like, you know what? He might have fucked up, but at least he was out there. Yeah. Where were you?
Where were you? So apparently there's trouble in paradise that the crowd's going to shit on.
Guess who's fucking sleeping on the couch on Rusev Day, bitch? Mm-hmm. You!
Yeah. Fuck. You ain't getting any that night.
Daniel Bryan comes out, says the regular Daniel Bryan stuff about how Miz is a coward.
Miz is a coward.
And all that stuff. And Miz come out and face me.
Yeah.
And then the Miz on the screen going, I'm not there.
Why would I?
I'm filming my hit show.
Yeah. Which I'm like, no, all of the filming's done for that show. Just saying.
Shut up.
I just find it funny. I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm like, oh yeah, wait. If people are going to go watch Miz and Mrs., they're not going to watch 205 Live. Good job. Good job.
Way to go, guys.
Yeah.
Although, let's be honest, the people watching Miz and Mrs. aren't the people watching 205 Live.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Because there are some people who like The Miz, not just for... I mean, they might want to watch it for his hot wife, but they might want to watch it. It just seems odd. It just seems like you are inherently dividing the audience.
Well, I think... Now, whether they are or they're not, is that they believe that there's two people in that household, and one's going to go watch 205 Live, and one's going to stay and watch Miz and Mrs.
It's possible, but it still seems like...
Plus, as well, with 205 Live being on the WWE Network...
You can watch it anytime you want.
You can watch that
I know.
On replay after Miz and Mrs.
But it's called 205 Live, not 205 After Miz and Mrs. Although I would watch it if it was called that, too.
It's a long title.
It is.
But it rolls off the tongue.
Exactly.
So how did you feel about this promo, this back and forth?
Miz finally did what he was supposed to do. He got back into the work shoot. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Because I literally just wrote down, there we go. Because I was saying last week, I'm like, I don't want this to be the way it goes. Like, I don't want it to just be some hokey little thing. I want it to sort of rekindle what they were talking about. Because they even called out
the contract situation.
Yeah.
Going like, after I beat you up, I'm going to go send you back to those bingo halls. And you're going to go wrestle in front of tens of people again. And I'll still here and become a megastar.
Yeah. I'm still a superstar while you're just going to go back to the bingo halls. Again, it's great stuff.
And Daniel Bryan hits back with the whole, you're not The Rock, you're not even John Cena thing.
Which was good, because that's another thing that's kind of work shoot as well, because Miz was trying to become that, and clearly didn't go so well.
So, it's good, both sides. I'm assuming the match will be announced either too, because he said tonight he's going to make his SummerSlam plans.
Gee, I wonder what that's going to be.
And it'll be someone else probably, or something else, and then Daniel Bryan will come out and they'll beat up. He's like, fine, I'll fight you at SummerSlam and I'll send you back to the bingo halls, you bum.
Or he'll just be like, no, I'm not wrestling you because you suck, and blah, blah, blah. Paige goes, oh, of course you are.
Listen here, rough, or whatever the hell you're filming.
I want to see that fucking movie now.
You don't think that'll happen?
It's not yet, and I'm pissed off because I'm like, he can't keep saying rough without finally giving it to me. I'm sorry. I will watch a movie where a little dog is the referee. I am watching that.
How many goddamn Air Bud movies are there?
Exactly.
Right? So I'll watch it, rough. And seriously, The Miz really needs to make that Troy McClure thing real. Like, he just needs to be Troy McClure. Yeah. That needs to be his gimmick. You may remember me
from such films as Rough. That needs to happen.
That should happen. I don't think that whole you might remember me from such films as is, copyrighted.
It's really not. And it's not dishonoring the memory of...
in fact, I think it's honoring it.
I would think it is, of Phil Hartman there.
It would be honoring
I would think so.
And in the main event, no surprise, Charlotte Flair beat Mella, tapped her out.
The hell you say.
And is officially in that match. It is now Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Carmella for the SmackDown Women's title at SummerSlam.
And again, leading the thought of a heel Becky Lynch, she just didn't look very thrilled about it.
Yeah, she wasn't super stoked.
No.
So
she seemed like, well, that kind of blows, doesn't it?
That will probably come out on storylines in a couple weeks. 205 Live.
Yes.
Kalisto by himself.
Yeah.
Because everyone was banned, I believe, right?
They were, yeah.
The whole thing was, and then Buddy Murphy was also banned. Against Tony Nese, Kalisto gets the win. Well done there.
Yep.
That's when Buddy Murphy comes out, and Lindsay Dorado comes out, and there's a whole thing. They super kicked the shit out of Buddy Murphy.
Yeah,
he tried to step to them and just...
That sounded gross. I'm assuming it was a clap, but the clap was right by the mic or something because it just sounded fucking nasty.
He got dropped.
Yeah.
So look for that to be a match soon.
Mm-hmm.
Drew, Cedric, back and forth talking.
Yeah.
Throwing shade at Brock Lesnar randomly in 205 Live.
Yeah, Cedric's the Brock Lesnar of 205 Live, and I'm like, okay, you won the night. Fuck you.
You can take that one of two ways, though, by the way.
You can. I mean, if anyone's going to be the dominating Brock, I'd give it to Buddy Murphy, but he's not the champion. But
that smacks that the WWE is a little bit chapped ass about the Brock Lesnar thing.
A little bit?
When they're throwing...
A little bit?
When they're throwing shade at him on just the Cruiserweight show...
No, they're pissed. Or, more so, I'm going to go on a limb and say that Trips is pissed. I think Trips has had an ass full of fucking Brock Lesnar shit. Because all this shit seems to come out on shows he's mostly in charge of.
We gotta think, right? As much shit as people give H, and that's fine, that's whatever. He's probably earned it. He's a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll
You
be the
have
first...
to be.
You don't get any... I think it was Big Show. It's like if you want friends, you won't make any money.
Yeah.
So
you can make one of two things in wrestling: friends or money.
Pick.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a bit of a dick.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's one thing, he respects the shit out of wrestling, and he respects the crap out of WWF, and then he. So when he sees someone like Brock Lesnar who just is feigning interest, even though he's been given the world,
yeah,
and all of the money,
yeah, he's given the money, he's given the title, he's given everything you could possibly be given as a WWE superstar. The streak, everything. And he just doesn't give a shit. And clearly he doesn't give a shit.
That's going to rub H the wrong way.
H is not going to put up with that shit.
Like, forget even Vince.
Yeah. No, Vince, I'm sure Vince, if you asked him, Vince would be like, fuck this.
Well, I don't know. Because I think Vince is more about like, well, he brings in money, so.
No, he's not. That's why he still has a job, is because he brings in money. Vince will be like, yes, he brings in money, so I have to keep doing it, whatever. But Vince, from everything I've ever heard about Vince, he takes everything to heart. So if a guy like that is shitting on his company, in his company, he's not happy. So Vince has probably fucking had it with him. He's just like, fuck him. That's why he's allowing this shit to air. Right? It's not, because like the contract signing, that's a tape segment. He can, if he gets wind of it, he can veto it, but he's not going to. All the shit he's doing on Raw, like all the shit, it's him burying Brock Lesnar
on the way out.
He's like, fuck him. Now that's not to say that once Brock has his 1 or 2 matches in fucking UFC, he's not going to come crawling back, because he will, and Vince will take him back
because money.
But Vince is a guy run on respect. He's very old school in that way. It's still he takes shit way too personally, as people will say. That's why he's as ruthless as he is. Because he takes it so goddamn personally, he treats the fucking company like his child. So, don't fuck with his kid, or he will fucking murder you. Yeah. So, that's what this is.
Lio Rush beat a jobber. Kirizawa came out to confront him. I'm sure that'll be a match somewhere down the line.
Lio Rush, fucking... he's so good. Like
calling the guy in the ring a kid, even though he's so clearly older than him.
He's so good, but I'm like, yeah, that's because it's him. He's such a dick. You can see it in his face.
23-year-old piece of gold.
And 23-year-old piece of shit.
And then Cedric beat the Brian Kendrick.
Good
Although
match, too.
Drew tried to interfere.
Yeah.
All the hype that they're going to put into this, I really do hope that they put it on the main card of SummerSlam.
I hope, like we, as we discussed last week, like, I hope so too. I just don't see it, unfortunately. I fucking don't see it, and that actually kind of pisses me off.
But that's so weird, like...
I know. You're putting so much into this.
Well, no, how is it... Because we've had this discussion before, but, like, they had it at the last big show where they had a Cruiserweight title match. It was on the main card, so why then revert right back to putting it on the pre-show?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense, but at the same time, it seems like something they do, and that kind of fucking drives me nuts. But I hope it's not the case, because
what happens if it isn't? What happens if it is like first match out is the Cruiserweight title at the main card?
Then you start off the show with a fucking bang, because that's how you do it. Because that's what the
will you then have confidence in them to at least on the main shows on the big 4?
Oh, absolutely. I'll have more confidence in it. I do wholeheartedly, as I think I've said before. Like, if you want to guarantee every fucking pay-per-view starts off with a bang, you have a Cruiserweight title match to start it.
Or a Cruiserweight match.
Yeah. whatever.
Gets the crowd going.
Yeah, like, it's gonna get the crowd going because, you know,
Flippy dippy.
the flippy